Yo, what's up? Oh, today we're talking about 5 ways to create sexual attraction before any first dates. Listen, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification button because I'm dropping a video every day. All right. 5 ways to create sexual attraction before your first dates. All right, I made a bunch of notes. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at is the notes because I want this video to be super informative to you all. All right, number one, voice memos and videos. So a lot of you guys are texting these women, and you're getting to know them and you're trying to plan a first date. Women absolutely love voice memos periodically in your texting game, right? They want to hear your voice, and women are very emotional, and the voice is just another thing you can do to increase sexual attraction. And it doesn't have to be a sexual conversation and what you're dropping a voice memo about, but they want to hear your voice periodically. As a part of this first thing is little videos. So, for example, one of the things that I do is that I will send a little video, not all the time, but a lot of times before the first date. And I'll say, hey, this is me. Oh, by the way, this is the place that I work at. So, a couple key things about the video though. Man, you better make sure the background is appropriate. Whatever is in the background is clean, is organized. You need to make sure you look good in the video. You wear something complimentary. You don't have to necessarily be clean shaven, but at least you've taken care of yourself and you've thought of the lighting. Like, I don't make these YouTube videos just completely random. I think about where I'm going to be standing because I'm standing right now. I think about this background here, right? This is real. This isn't the virtual background. And so when you're dropping these videos to the women, you need to think of the same thing. Is your house dirty? What's the lighting look like? And they will get very, very turned on by seeing, wow, this guy lives in this place. He takes care of himself and he's organized. You don't have to be in the best of shape. Like, you don't have to look like me, right? But you need to be clean and organized. I see some guys posting videos and they're sitting in their car. Like, if you're driving a nice car, sure, but the women like tours. So the perfect video to send them before your first date is to say, oh, hey, you introduce yourself and say, oh, by the way, this is my apartment. Or in this case, I say, this is the rooftop lounge where I work at in the building that I live. And you show them around a little bit. They love that. So that's number one, voice memos and videos. Number two, soon enough in the texting, you can bring up kinks. So this is how you do it. They say something or whatever, right? And you say, oh, well, I have a bit of a kink with that. So it could be such a subtle thing. So for example, I don't want to divulge too much about my kinks, but all right, okay, because this is one thing. They have tattoos. Perfect. This is perfect. They have tattoos. And in the texting, I'll say, oh, by the way, one of your pictures really got me going. And then they'll text back and go, oh, what do you mean? And say, well, I have a bit of a kink with tattoos. And then they're going to say, oh, what is that? And then I might say, well, I don't want to like scare you off or whatever, so maybe I'll just leave it for the first date. Oh, no. Women need to know, they need to know what's going on. They can't wait. They're very impatient. So then I'll say, well, because they're thinking, oh, wow, like what the heck is this kink, right? So I'll tell you, maybe it's a quirk. It's more of a quirk, but it doesn't matter. I'll say it's a kink. So then I'll say, well, I have this thing with tattoos, or holes in jeans is another one. So I'll talk about the tattoos first and then the holes in jeans. So the tattoos, I'll say, well, I have this thing with like drawing an outline on someone's arm when they have a tattoo. And I really, really like that. So then she'll laugh, say, oh, that's cute. I've never had anyone do that, which is true. I like that. The other thing I might say is, oh, I saw that picture of you with the holes in the jeans, and I have a kink about that. And she'll say, well, what is it? And I'll say, well, I like to use my fingers and play with the holes. And so she'll think that's cute. But that basically, you want to start it off with that, and then ask her, do you have any kinks? And then all of a sudden, now you're having this conversation about kinks. You're building up that sexual tension, that sexual attraction, and you're not getting into anything weird. So I just say to you guys, don't go too far with the kinks. Just little innocent ones, like the holes in the jeans, like the tattoos. Nothing too crazy, because they still don't trust you, right? And they need to feel comfortable with you. And you need to, maybe they're thinking, oh, he's going to get into some weird thing, and you don't, and you're talking about tattoos and holes in jeans, and they're just like, oh, okay, this isn't a big deal. So discussing some kinks early on before the first date is super powerful. Number 3 is planning the date within 48 hours of you matching with her. So let's say you've matched with her on a dating app, and you get to know her for a couple days, and then boom, you hit her straight up and you say, hey, look, what do your plans look like on Friday, whatever the day is? And you say, fantastic. She says, she's available. And you say, fantastic. And you say, look, I'd like to take you out on a cute date. Not, I'd like to take you out on a date, or why don't we get together? And don't ever ask her, when are you free? Just say, what are your plans on Friday? And then you say, great, I'd like to take you out on a cute date. Why don't we get together at 7 p.m. at this place? Check out my video on where you should go for a first date, because I cover that in that video. And so you say, this is where we should go. And then she's going to accept. And women love a man that takes charge. They say the time, they say the place, they make the reservation, boom. So number 4 is a segue into from number 3. Number 4 is you choose the time and the place, and I already mentioned that, but that's number 4, is just taking the lead on those things and planning the date. Number 5, all right, this is the key one. Number 5 is you match her pace. And you might be thinking, well, what the hell does that mean? So number 5 is, when matching her pace is, if she's texting you multiple times during the day, text her back. If she says good morning, well, you can throw in some good mornings. If she says good night, you throw in some good nights. So you want to basically mirror her behavior, because that's what she wants. When you're pumping it, when you're saying good morning, good morning, good morning, and she's not once said good morning back to you after a couple texts, stop. Same thing with the good night. Same thing with, if she gets back to you pretty quickly, get back to her pretty quickly. If she takes 4 hours to get back to you, you take 4 hours to get back to you. You need to follow her pace and mirror her, because that's obviously the way she wants to be communicated. So for example, she might drop you voice memos. You drop voice memos. She might prefer to get on the phone and talk. You get on the phone and talk. So it's the same in sales and in marketing, and you give the customer every way to communicate with you, whether it's by email, by live chat, by phone number, by filling out a form, doesn't matter, because people will choose the way they want to be communicated with. Even when any bosses I've had, I've asked them, I'm like, what's your preferred method of communication? And they'll say, oh, email, or they'll say, oh, text me, or oh, message me in the Google Message or whatever. So you need to do the same thing with your dating. So listen, I hope you like this video. Let me know in the comments what you think and how you create attraction before your first date. All right, we'll see you next time.